Boom. Guys, go ahead and tell me if this broadcast is clear. I'm not using Wi-Fi. I'm using my data on my phone. So let's just hope that the connection's good. And because, lately these networks, Airtel, MTN, sometimes they don't do the right thing. Sometimes they mess up, boy. Oh, that's very kind of you. Somebody says looking good. I do need to lose a bit of weight though. Always have water next to you. It's the right thing to do in case you choke. If you're from Ireland, they say choke. That sounds very Zambian though. I mean, lots of Zambians say choke. I choked. I would say choke. Okay, because of that E at the end, I would say choke. I would. All right, everybody, loud and clear, thank you. Hey, Lisa. There was an artist many years ago when I was growing up. Remember Lisa? One of my cousins, her name is Lisa. I always call her Lisa. Lisa was a very famous musician back in the 80s. Jump on here real quick. I have something to share with you before I get into my dissertation. Would you believe I did it? Hey, Bo Allen, I see you. Love you. I did it. I broke my glasses. And guys, the rules are very simple. And they tell you this when you purchase these things. Thankfully, I have an extra pair. Imagine where I would be without this pair. It would be an absolute messmate. Total bedlam. They tell you, and I quite like this pair. I do. This is one of my better ones. And they tell you when you buy these glasses that do everything within your power to ensure that if you're not wearing them, they're neatly nestled, in your box. But what do? Last night, I'm laying on the bed. I take my glasses off. I lay them on the side of the bed. I roll over like a beached whale, and I break the glasses. So now I have the added event of leaving my office, walking down to the optometrist where I bought these glasses and asking them to fix them. That is annoying, brothers and sisters. Any way you choose to paint that, it's annoying. It really is. Alrighty, let's get into it, guys. Before I do that, though, I must mention to you that I just read and I heard on the wireless that this gentleman that calls himself, he's not a gentleman, he's really a despot. He's a political provocateur that doesn't know any better. He's a gnat. He's an utter nuisance. Okay, he's a political vagabond is what it is. This guy named Why Me has just taken plea. He's pled not guilty on 2 counts of hate speech. That's like saying the sky is green when we know it's blue. Well, it's only blue because of the reflection of the water on the earth. But you get the point. Okay. Why Me, once Why Me goes through this legal process, when the dust settles and when the dew dries, he's going to know why a bat is the only mammal that flies when it's all said and done. When Why Me gets to the conclusion of this legal process, he's going to know why a jellyfish doesn't have any bones, mate. He's going to know it. And in an effort to do what? In an effort to teach our people that tribal political rhetoric has no place in our way of life, in our communities. That stuff is toxic. That stuff is inflammable. That stuff is not only is it contagious, it's malignant. That's the word. Malignant. It spreads like wildfire. And once it spreads, you can't control it. Okay? So guess what? You can't kill a rattlesnake wrong. The only way you kill a rattlesnake is to lop its head off. And ultimately, I think the law is going to do that. The law is going to lop his head off. Not literally, but you get my point. You know, we're going to snuff him out. When I say we, it's the people. The vast majority of Zambians don't subscribe to tribalism. You must understand that. KK taught us well. You think that it was by accident that KK mixed and matched us? You know? This nation that we call Zambia is an absolute miracle, in case you don't know. Zambia, with all of its nuances and intricate diversities, for us to come out as one Zambia, one nation. Yes, we're not perfect. Yes, we've got little idiosyncratic personality quirks. We know that. But for us to stand together as a nation, say one Zambia, one, you think that that was by accident? Honey, it was by intricate design. The father of this nation, KK, knew. He foresaw it. He said the best way to deal with these jokers is to mix and match them. He mixed and matched us so much that we blend. And then here it is, you've got people like why me that wants to, they want to wake up and start talking about tribalism. It's not going to work. It's not going to stick. And you know what they say? If it's not making dollars, it's not making sense. You know what they say? If it's not jello, then it's not gelling. There you go. So I'm looking forward to seeing his comeuppance. He's going to get his comeuppance. He's going to get what he deserves. Whatever he has sown, that he shall also reap. It's the word. What are you going to do? What are you going to argue with the word for? Huh? Give me a break. Come on. Right. I wish our leaders can do what Donald Trump has done to Washington, D.C. You know, Lusaka City is going to hell in a handbasket. Did you guys know this? Lusaka City, the CBD. Yeah, let me be specific. The central business district here in downtown is literally going to the dogs, mate. It is. The CBD is being engulfed, is being swallowed by Kanyama and the Chibodia. CBD now is becoming an extension of Kanyama and Chibodia. Well, how do you know this? Well, just look at how filthy the city is. Look at how dirty the CBD is. Look at the flyover bridges. Flyover bridges now are overtaken by balas and vendors in the sides of the flyover bridges. There is a provision for pedestrians to use. But because of lawlessness, because Lusaka City Council has decided to take a hands-off approach, because our lawmakers, because our municipal, our local authority, namely LCC, has decided to go to sleep at the wheel, lawlessness reigns within the CBD. The flyover bridges, you can't even walk through those now because they're full of vendors. You go underneath the tunnel of the flyover bridge, full of filth, urine, and feces, they'll attack the hell out of you. Those street kids called junks, they will vanquish you faster than you can say molasses. Everywhere you go, there are balas. There's no sense of personal hygiene. There's no sense of community. Everybody just does they want to do, and they want to do whatever the hell they want to do. Everybody does what they want to do. But life is not like that. Life is about circumference. Community is about rule, law, order. Our people don't like that. Our people don't like to be told what to do. You can't have a functional city. It's not possible without rules, regulation, and order. It's not possible. I wish, you know what? This is what I wish would happen. Those people that are called council police, how many of them exist there at Lusaka City Council? Once. All of them, just bring them in the CBD. Nobody 5,000, all of them, just send them in the CBD. Clean up the city. Regulate the city. That's what I do. But oh no, the local authority just sits on its cute little chair. They have these council committee meetings. They sip tea and drink coffee. While the city's going to hell in a handbasket. Is it a wonder that commercial banks are leaving the CBD? Did you know this? Did you guys know this? Do you know that here in the CBD, commercial banks, the big banks, name them, they are moving out. They're going into the suburbs. Zanaco is still here, but they are planning to build a structure outside of the CBD. Stanbic, Absa, Standard Chartered, name them. They are not here. That building that used to be Standard Chartered Bank along Cairo Road, it's still empty. It's unoccupied. It's on Cairo Road. One would think that such a high value building would be sold faster than you can say molasses. But oh no. It's just there. You know why that Standard Chartered building is still there? Because no bank wants to be in the CBD, mate. Because Lusaka City CBD is filthy. It's overrun by criminals, junkies, gangs, wheelbarrows, street vendors everywhere. What do you expect? Oh, makes me mad, makes me upset. While the whole world goes to, everything around us. In 10 years, mark my words, what is today? This is Tuesday, the 26th August, 2025. 10 years from now, if this trend continues here within the CBD, where Lusaka City Council has a hands-off approach, the functionality of the city, where Lusaka City Council just looks at traders and junkies and vendors and filth and the flyover bridge not being attended to and people setting up illegal stalls and stands. 10 years from now, no proper running business is going to be in the CBD. What you're going to be left with is just chaps with the tumastands. Nairia Cairo Road, that Cairo Road will be a shadow of itself. Cairo Road. Signs everywhere, billboards everywhere. Changanya billboard, Changanya. Lusaka City Council watches as people erect illegal billboards everywhere. Anyway, Cairo Road, Cairo Road, in 10 years, you won't even be able to see Kurekula Square. Why? Because it's full of billboards. Full. Anyway, not billboards that are neatly placed. No. Just Changanya. Just vifake ni chabe. Ufuna billboard, iwe faka up. Just put there. Lusaka City CBD. We've got a mayor. She's sitting in her office, drinking tea. We've got councillors all over the city. We have council police sitting in their offices there, drinking tea. We've got traffic police officers in the CBD that don't do their work. They don't. You know, when they see traffic, they stand there for 2 minutes and then leave. There's no police officers don't perform their duties on the beat. There's no real police presence in the CBD. That's the reason there's a rise in crime, petty theft, mob justice. Why? Because the police are not on the beat. Just police presence, consistent police presence in a neighborhood, uniformed, armed, Constantly there. Not for 6 months, not for 8 months, as a lifestyle, because they owe it to the city. The police are supposed to be here to protect and serve the community, our communities. As long as you don't have consistent police presence, you'll always have mob justice and petty theft and what. If in the CBD, when you see a police officer armed walking through the CBD and there's a mob justice, you think that officer will stop? He can't. He'll be vanquished. You know what that means? It tells you that our society is decayed. It's a skewed mind. It's a skewed mind. If I can see a police officer in uniform, armed, and I don't care about that police officer's involvement in trying to stop the chaos, and the community overpowers that police officer, then we're a skewed mind. Lawlessness. If we're in 50 years, I'll be gone. Won't be here. You see why it's important to think about the future? It's not just about now here. What will CBD be like, Lusaka CBD, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if this trend continues? And we've got a mayor is there. Councillors are there. Council police is there. Police officers are there. But the city is going there. This Lusaka city is rotting at the core, mate. Rotting. And we are looking at it in real time. Oh. So when I see Trump, when I see Donald Trump doing that to Washington, D.C., bringing in the National Guard and saying, we're going to clean Washington, D.C. I don't care what the hell you say. We're cleaning it. Oh, that's the right way to go. Bob Marley sang the wrong song when he said, give the people what they want. Well, the people don't know what they want. You have to guide them. Maka Zambians. Anyway, you give Zambians free rein and say, no, let the people decide. No, man. You need to lead Zambians. Lead them. Show them we're going this way. This is the way to go. And you're going to smile while we go there. I'm not going to stand here and listen to you whining. Let's go this way. Because that is the way we need to go. In order to attain order, cleanliness, and cohesiveness, the city comes first. But do our people listen to that? No, they don't. These politicians, do they listen to that? These councillors, these mayors, do they even care about this city? If we had a council that cared about Lusaka city, and a council that cared about the CBD, the functionality of the CBD, if we had a council that cared for the CBD, we wouldn't see what we're seeing now. Just changanya everywhere. No, wasieni. Wasieni. Di momena pangaran drama. Wasieni. Manje bavala road. Also guidako ya. Wasieni. But they are blocking the road and they are throwing it. No, wasieni naimo. Ni bantu now. The other day, I was driving through Katondo Street. True story, I'm not making this up. Driving through Katondo Street. And as you know, I don't like roads being blocked. I'm a firm believer in a street. When Lusaka City Council designed a street, they designed the street to be functional. Meaning, it's supposed to be for pedestrians to walk through smoothly and for vehicles to drive through smoothly. So it's not for people to set up stands and stalls in the middle of the road. I've never subscribed to that nonsense. This young man put a little sausage, little stand in the middle of the street. I hooted. I said, get out of the way, you're on the street. He says to me, Kutumwa Mumbadi. Then the other bus drivers came. They surrounded my car. You just make noise. You mean you can't see that he's trying to feed his family? I said, guys, wrong conversation, two different conversations. What I'm talking about is the functionality of the road. You're talking about someone's hunger. Those are two unrelated topics. No, mwewa, the reason I can't mu road taladia alifokushaka something alifokusha so that I kunganda alishaba na makwe. I said that's rubbish. Those are two separate conversations. I am saying to you, this road is for motorists to drive through. It's not a catering bay. And let's not talk about family, because all of us have families. All of us are hustling. All of us want to make rub two coins together. No, mwewa, just leave him. And then the local authorities, while I'm talking to him, you'll see Lusaka City Council people just walking past. Oh, my council, can you talk to this? Mwewa, uko iyai, hapo, uzatu wala tuletelera mwewa. So, okay, where do we go? If Lusaka City Council cannot cover the CBD, who is supposed to cover it? If Lusaka City Council police are not covering the CBD, who is supposed? Me, mwewa. Me, I'm supposed to be doing that? So why are they there? Why are they there? What are those people doing there at Lusaka City? Those people called the council police, what are they doing there? They should be here on the street, doing their job, making this city functional. Why is this so difficult? I feel I've been very clear on this point. But why is it that I feel that I'm speaking to aliens? I'm telling you, it's just so disheartening. When you're talking, it's like you're speaking to aliens. If you're alien, that tafile unfuika. Tafile panga sense per street. No manga walanda pa street at yo, tantike ni murodi, chitenefo mlefuaya, mule nyamu mu street, mule sunda mumusebo. Wambo kulumba. Muntu esuyu, bosi, afyo na chipate chinyimbo echo. Ha! The way I hate that. That is the type of city we have. Overrun by Kanyama and Chibolia. You think Cairo Road is going to be okay 10, 15, 20 years from now? No, they'll be selling drugs per Cairo Road. 20 years from now, Chibolia is going to swallow Lusaka CBD. They'll be selling Dovo, Nakachasu, per Cairo Road. Why? Because we don't have a functional Lusaka City Council. Batamba fie. All right. I've gone off on a tangent. I had to vent. You know, it's one of those things that you keep in your heart and you hope it doesn't burst out at the most impromptu time, and then it just bursts out. What are you going to do? All right. What are we talking about? Miles Samba. You know, I heard, Miles is dumber than a box of hammers. Honestly. Miles says the other day, he was at a PF conference. First of all, remember a while ago, he declared that his election as PF president of that faction was in fact illegal. It was a fraud. His entire persona is a fraud. Okay, let's be clear about that. Here recently, the PF had a conference where Miles began to highlight the inadequacies of the UPND. And I find this argument weak and very tepid. You know the word tepid? Tepid means lukewarm. You know, when they serve you tea, earlier today I was downstairs and I ordered a cup of tea. Typically, when you order a cup of tea, you want the tea very hot. I mean, not so hot that it burns your tongue, but hot enough to enjoy. But when the tea is tepid, when it's lukewarm, you don't enjoy it as much. You know why? Because it's lukewarm. It's just sort of there. That's Miles Sampa's line of logic. The other day, Miles Sampa says, no, I'm here to highlight the inadequacies of the UPND. First of all, Wunga, Tepo ba isangire, Fuel, Tepo ba isang. And I'm thinking, Miles, really? So, what about when PF first came to power? What was the cost and the price of mealie meal before PF came into power? What was it? Did they improve it? Did the PF improve the cost of living and the price of mealie meal when they took over from the MMD? Did they do that? Okay, let's go a bit further than that. What was the price of mealie meal in Mulibakahunda compared to now? What was it? Or more accurately, compared to when the PF came into power? What was the price of fuel compared to what UNIP had and compared to the PF when they left office? So to me, that's a very weak argument. I mean, aside from the fact that yes, inflation is going to do its thing. That's fine. That can at least be understood if not condoned. But to make that as your core anchor campaign model, that is ridiculous. That is neither here nor there. That is a very weak political stance. Very, very weak indeed. And in your mind, you think that the simpleton will latch on to that. They won't. They also know, they understand, they know that the cost of living now is different from the cost of living then. Of course, I'm not trying to justify it. What I'm trying to say to you is, for Miles to use that as the sole anchor in their campaign is both foolish and ridiculous. Baseless. If that's how you're going to go into 2026, if that's what's in your arsenal of political weapons in 2026, my friends, you're going to have a rude awakening. That's not going to fly. That's not going to stick. Those are archaic methods. Those are antiquated political gimmicks that have no place in 2025 real politics. Understand that. The quicker you understand that, the better off you are. Okay? Lily Lunatic Matams. Oh, tell you what. Now she's gone off on it. You know, the other day, was it the other day, yesterday? I saw a feed. She was taking a photograph with some beautiful Malawian girl. No diss to the Malawian girl. I think the Malawian lady that Lily took a picture with is beautiful. But then what bothered me was the way Lily kept on going on about how gorgeous she was. And I'm thinking, Lily, you're kind of giving me low-key gay vibes. I mean, aside from the fact that the photograph that Lily took with this Malawian beauty queen, I mean, not to mention Lily looked like a hippo in that photograph. And I'm not trying, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying she looked like a bit of a hippo in there. Okay? Let's be clear about that. Aside from that, she's sort of giving me gay vibes. You know, and I think low key, she's sort of, I think she bats for the other team, you know. I mean, honestly, really, that's my honest assessment about this issue. Tell me in the comments if you feel that. Somebody says, Simon, I can't believe you say that. Oh, honey, I took the gloves off a long time ago. Do you now see and feel? Do you see how it feels when you talk negatively about other people, Lily? You feel that sting? We feel that too. We do. So if you can dish it out, honey, you can take it. But I am serious about the low-key gay vibes. I think she's low-key gay vibe. She is. I think she bats for the other team, you know. She does. Right. What's the last thing? The Lungu appeal. You know, the Lungus, this superstar lawyer that they claim to have. You know, the South African Rastaman? You know the guy from, I don't know where he's from. He's a South African, but he's got very shaggy hair, you know. When I first saw him, I was thinking of Bob Marley. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the tide. Won't you sing with me? Redemption song, it's all I ever had. You know the Rastafarian lawyer, the South African guy with the shaggy, soconized hair. Well, he stood in front of the three judges and said to the judges, remember this was a while ago, several weeks ago, he said, judges, before you make a decision on the application to appeal, I just want you to know that the family and the government are in talks. We're having a bit of a chin wag. We'll let you know the outcome of that discussion. The court said, okay, we'll wait to hear from you. Immediately, that Rastafarian lawyer goes straight to the top, the Constitutional Court, and he applies to be heard in the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court today threw out that leave, the permission sought by that lawyer. Constitutional Court threw it out. Said, no, that's total nonsense. We don't have any time for that. What you need to do is just understand that we're not going to hear your case. Now, that's the top tier, the Constitutional Court. Where are they going to go from there, do you think? That's like someone coming to Simoson. They approach one of the shops and they say to one of the shop owners, I want a shop at Simoson. No. That's like a person coming to me. That's right. It's like someone coming to me here in my office and says, I want a shop at Simoson. And then I say to him, I don't have any shops. I can't give you a shop. He leaves from me, goes to the tenants and says, I'm looking for a shop at Simoson. He's going to get the same answer. we don't have any shops. It's fully occupied here. Same thing with the Concord. They went to the highest tier, their appeal or the application to appeal thrown out. What do you think they're going to do now? And understand this, guys. There's no celebration here. It's got nothing to do with celebration. Anyone that tells you, anyone that uses this language of no twawina, nobody's winning anything. It is all about doing the noble and right thing. There are no winners and there are no losers. It is following protocol, following the right thing. What is the right thing? For a former head of state to be buried in his jurisdiction of duty. What is strange about that? What is odd about that? To insist that a former head of state be laid to rest in his jurisdiction of duty. What sense would it be, or what sense would it make for us to insist that he be buried in the cold, hard ground of the Amazulus? For what? I mean, for who? For what for? Walungu had a place where he came from. He's a son of this soil. He is a product of the Zambian story, and he deserves to be laid to rest within the Zambian narrative. Anything outside of that is folly, ill-timed, and wrong, to say the very least. Not that I'm laughing. Delandafi. On Facebook, balakaba. Manfale seka. Shide seka. Delandafi. I'm not laughing. I'm simply saying. All right. Thanks for watching. God bless. I have an appointment. Bye.